A Genesis reading. Today is February 12th. Our reading from Genesis is chapter 43. But the famine in the land was severe, and when they had eaten up the rations which they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go again and procure some food for us." But Judah said to him, "The man warned us, 'Do not let me see your faces unless your brother is with you.' If you will let our brother go with us, we will go down and procure food for you. But if you will not let him go, we will not go down. For the man said to us, 'Do not let me see your faces unless your brother is with you.' And Israel said, 'Why did you serve me so ill as to tell the man that you had another brother?' They replied, 'But the man kept asking about us and our family, saying, Is your father still living? Have you another brother?' And we answered him accordingly. How are we to know that he would say, 'Bring your brother here'?" Then Judah said to his father Israel, "Send the boy in my care, and let us be on our way, that we may live and not die, you and we and our children. I myself will be surety for him. You may hold me responsible. If I do not bring him back to you and set him before you, I shall stand guilty before you. For we could have been there and back twice if we had not dawdled." Then their father Israel said to them, "If it must be so, do this. Take some of the choice products of the land in your baggage and carry them down as a gift for the man, some balm and some honey, gum, ladanum, pistachio nuts, and almonds. And take with you double the money, carrying back with you the money that was replaced in the mouths of your bags. Perhaps it was a mistake. Take your brother too, and go back at once to the man. And may El Shaddai dispose the man to mercy toward you, that he may release to you your other brother as well as Benjamin. As for me, I am to be bereaved. I shall be bereaved." So the men took that gift, and they took with them double the money as well as Benjamin. They made their way down to Egypt, where they presented themselves to Joseph. When Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to his house steward, "Take the men into the house, slaughter and prepare an animal, for the men will dine with me at noon." The man did as Joseph said, and he brought the men into Joseph's house. But the men were frightened at being brought into Joseph's house. It must be, they thought, because of the money replaced in our bags the first time that we had been brought inside, as a pretext to attack us and seize us as slaves with our pack animals. So they went up to Joseph's house steward and spoke to him at the entrance of the house. "If you please, my lord," they said, "we came down once before to procure food, but when we arrived at night encampment and opened our bags, there was each one's money in the mouth of his bag, our money in full. So we have brought it back with us, and we have brought down with us our other money to procure food. We do not know who put the money in our bags." He replied, "All is well with you. Do not be afraid. Your God, the God of your father, must have put treasure in your bag for you. I got your payment." As he brought out Simeon to them. Then the man brought the men into Joseph's house. He gave them water to bathe their feet, and he provided feed for their asses. They laid out their gifts to await Joseph's arrival at noon, for they had heard they were to dine there. When Joseph came home, they presented to him the gifts that they had brought with them into the house, bowing low before him to the ground. He greeted them, and he said, "How is your aged father of whom you spoke? Is he still in good health?" They replied, "It is well with your servant our father. He is still in good health." And they bowed and made obeisance. Look about, he saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and asked, "Is this your youngest brother of whom you spoke to me?" And he went on, "May God be gracious to you, my boy." With that, Joseph hurried out, for he was overcome with feelings toward his brother and was on the verge of tears. He went into a room and wept there. Then he washed his face, reappeared, and, now in control of himself, gave the order, "Serve the meal." They served him by himself, and them by themselves, and the Egyptians who ate with him by themselves, for the Egyptians could not dine with the Hebrews, since that would be abhorrent to the Egyptians. As they were seated by his direction, from the oldest in the order of his seniority to the youngest in the order of his youth, the men looked at one another in astonishment. Portions were served them from his table, but Benjamin's portion was several times that of anyone else, and they drank their fill with him.